We've got Phiwe Nomlomo, Currie Cup coach, and the Vodacom Bull side that will take on the Fidelity 82 Lions tomorrow will be confirmed tomorrow at 11. For now.
So is this his press conference? This is his team announcement.
I was wondering about it.
Yeah. For now, it's just an opportunity for you guys to chat to him because you are hardly ever there except for the three musketeers.
Okay. Shall I start? Yeah.
Well, presumably the players know who's playing.
I hope so. I hope so.
Well, we can keep it back. I mean, I don't mind keeping it back. I'm not going to post anything tomorrow anyway. Phiwe, I'm not going to ask you a team question. I'm going to ask you just a more general question. Everything's gone so well now. It's top of the table game. Are the nerves getting to you? I mean, what do you as a coach do at this time of the season when everything's just gone so well, even though and you've handled every single obstacle that's come your way?
Yeah, I think again we've been, we're not going to kick a gift horse in the mouth. The Lions are going to put out a proper URC side, and the message has been simple. So it's not like they're going to be playing against a non-URC side in ourselves as well. We pride ourselves in that. So we're wanting to go out there. It's going to be a humdinger of a football match.
You guys are going to come across now a couple of these teams that are going to put out their full URC sides. There's a lot of experience in your side anyway at the moment, but does that change the dynamic or the preparation?
No, not at all. We've got an expectation of ourselves and we know the level that we should be performing at. We haven't hit that. We've been firing at about 60, 75. So we also wanting to take that step up. This is a brilliant time and a perfect time for us to really get into the comp.
Just on that, I mean, you guys are going to continue with your same side. You're not going to bring in the ULC players like other teams. Do you think that could backfire on some of them when it gets to the semis and the final? Because there's obviously that's the same time as ULC starts, not Super Rugby.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of conversation on what people are going to do and what's happening. There's been chats in the background that those URC games could be moved from the same weekend as a Currie Cup. So we're waiting to hear formally what's going to happen. And obviously that's going to change one or two things, so that's quite interesting for us for sure.
The game has been moved now to the school and everything. Do you think it's a missed opportunity for you guys because it would have been a home game for you? Now you're playing in front of 5,000 where you could have had 25,000 local supporters cheering you on. Do you think it's going to affect you?
No, not at all. I think it's a great opportunity for everyone. It's taken to a school and you know what it's like to play at a school and everyone will be there. It's going to be packed. Everyone's going to be supporting both sides. Like I said, I think it's going to be one heck of a game.
And do you hope to gain any advantage in this playoffs and everything by beating the Lions on Friday?
Nothing different. I mean, we go out there to win games. We're going to approach it the same way we approach any other game. So there's nothing different for us. It's just a game.
But you don't think the win will give you an advantage when you meet them again?
No, look, again, we don't know who we're going to meet again. So that's why for us the most important thing now at the moment is the Lions, and that's what we're focusing on. What happens going into the playoffs, so we'll have to deal with those teams then. We can't preempt on who we're going to get. That would be a bit silly from us. So we know we've got the Lions. We must be the best we possibly can this weekend. And then what happens from here on happens.
Phiwe, given the uncertainty around the sort of closing weekends of Currie Cup rugby, how important is it to finish first on the log? I mean, you guys are there at the moment and normally, obviously, number one is hell of important on log. Is it slightly different Currie Cup because of all this uncertainty and different teams and URC in and out?
Yeah, not for us, Ken. I mean, we've been chatting about this for a while. Do we want to finish first? Of course, it gives you a great opportunity where you can host a home semi, home final, hopefully, so all your preparation is done at home. Yes, is the game important? Yes, of course, we want to win. And now we're 2 points away from really just, putting the nail on the coffin.
Phiwe, is it some kind of a gift that has been given to you as a Currie Cup team, taking into consideration how tremendously the Bulls have established themselves and gone forward as a team, as a brand, and have you harvested from that?
Yeah, I think the biggest gift the franchise is the director of rugby, Jake White, and he's meticulous in his planning, and he's allowed us to be where we are now. So that again is just simply put. We've stayed ahead of the curve in terms of our planning. We're sticking to our plans. Everyone else is scrambling around. We know exactly what's going to happen in the next 4 weeks for us, so we're well prepared.
There's a change in the the application of and the execution. Let me use the word execution of the competition itself. 2-3 years ago, the Bulls were in serious trouble as far as the Currie Cup is concerned. What evolved, and taking into consideration what you've just said, what have you taken from what happened and where you are at the moment?
Yeah, I can't really speak about 2-3 years ago because I wasn't in the environment, so I honestly I wouldn't be able to say. I can tell you what's happened in the last season is, again, the expectation is very simple from the onset. We're here to win games. We want to win championships. As you've heard tonight, the number of national players, in the franchise, I'm talking including our ladies, that's over 30. That's astonishing for a franchise, So that's what we want. The more you can produce those type of players, the more you keep winning, the better it is for the franchise.
Phiwe, I'm not sure if this Currie Cup campaign counts as part of last season or the coming season or URC, but obviously the Bulls have been a dominant force in the last year. The URC, obviously, big disappointment not winning a trophy there. The Currie Cup team is in position again. They're probably favourites for the trophy at the moment. Is there any pressure to get that trophy? And if there's not any pressure, what would it mean though for you and for the group if you do manage to win the Currie Cup?
Yeah, Ken, it's a good question. Is there any pressure? Like I said, we've just literally focused game by game. Do we want to win championships? Of course, that's what we want. And I think that process of just being single-minded and just focusing on what's in front of us at the moment has really helped. Yes, we've learned a lot. We were all there. We were part of the URC. So everyone is there. We've learned massive lessons. And I hope come playoffs, we just got to show how much we've grown, as a group.
Phiwe, I don't know, I haven't seen on that side whether Cash has taken over again, Mzwaki's still there. But is there a bit of a side bet there? I mean, you guys know each other quite well. There's a long history between you two.
No, there hasn't been many chats. So I'm not too sure what we're going to get, from a player coaching perspective. Like I said, it's a bit of a, unknown, and that's beautiful because then it's given us chance to just work on ourselves this week.
Just to follow up, sorry, what you answered to me about it being a chance to show how the team has grown in playoff rugby. Presumably the team that plays in the Currie Cup playoffs is going to be very different to the team that played in the URC final. But is it kind of like a whole group thing, like a whole mentality thing that you guys are working on? And if so, are there any things that you guys have kind of identified from that URC final that you can try and put right in the Currie Cup playoffs?
Are you sure that group will be different, Ken?
No, I said probably the number.
Okay, no, listen. Again, the beauty about this sport, Ken, is you take it game by game. Every game has a personality. If you're playing the Sharks, you might be, there's different point of entries as opposed to a Cheetahs, Pumas, or even the Lions for that matter. So we're going to have to look extensively at who we're playing and what we've got. So it doesn't change much, to be honest.
Cool. Thanks, Coach Phiwe.
Thank you. Thanks, Phiwe.